Hello YouTube fam, how y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. I hear so many people saying they're going to live their best life. I'm tired of living like this. I deserve better. I'm going to live my best life. I used to hear people say that all the time, and I'd be sitting here thinking like, what make you think this is not your best life? Or what's best for you? God doesn't give you what you want. He gives you what you need. It's a lot of times that we go through things and don't understand the reason we keep going through them is because of us. Bro, I hear people telling me they're going to live their best life. You live in a situation where you don't pay rent, bills, you got a free car that you drive, you don't put gas in your car, you got pocket money, you don't work, and you talking about you going to live your best life. Shit, this look like it is your best life. But see, people don't understand that until they get out into the real world. Into that real world, clamp down on their ass. See, people think once they leave you, what's out there waiting is going to be better. Bruh, 99.9% of the time it's worse. Because, see, people are not invested in you like the last person is. People are not going to do everything for you like the last person will. I hear so many people out here calling themselves either boss bitches or, made men, like they built themselves up. Bro, I'm like, dude, you living off a woman. You driving her car, using her credit cards, bro. What is really going on? Some people leave jobs that, man, I don't understand how they still work there. Bro, you ever seen somebody go to a job and do absolutely nothing all day long? Sleep, be on their phone, watching movies, ain't did their job not once all day. Then when people tell you got to do your job, you in there mad as hell. How does that work? Anywhere else, your ass would have been fired 2 seconds doing that. But see, people make it seem like, somebody mistreating them. Bro, you're not being mistreated. You're told to do your damn job. Nobody really want to do their job. I told somebody a while back, make sure that people know that you're still alive. Oh, I will. Didn't. Shit came back to bite their ass in the ass. You was at the fuck around and found out moment. I look at it just like this, man. People never pay attention to nothing until it's too late. You get out here, you experience life, and you talking about how hard it is, bruh. Talking about I got to get my feet up under me, man. I'm not used to paying rent. I haven't paid rent in a minute. Fuck, you ain't paid rent in like 10 years. Talking about you ain't used. Fuck, you came from your mama house and you went into a relationship where you wasn't paying rent for 10 damn years. Where's all your money? Dude, see, this is what I'm talking about. You call yourself independent and you don't pay no bills whatsoever. That ain't independent. You are dependent. You're a child. You're somebody's dependent. And once they get tired of sponsoring you, bro, that shit goes left quick. People get out here, man, and do some of the dumbest shit I ever seen in the world. I seen one young lady leave a guy who was basically sponsoring her whole life. I mean, this guy, she had she was like an authorized user on his credit cards, man. She had access to the joint accounts. They weren't even married, bro. This is how in love with this chick he was. Dude, this chick was like, man, we need to take a break for a while. You're not really up to my standards. Told his ass this. And, I guess she thought he was going to break down and fold. He said, okay, when you moving out? She was like, what you mean? He said, you ain't going to stay here and tell me I'm not meeting standards. He said, well, I'm looking at it just like this. Once I cut you loose, all that money that I was spending go back into my pocket. Dude, I guess the chick didn't understand. She left, went to stay with another dude, bro. Motherfucker rekeyed the locks. He rekeyed the whole damn house. About time he was done, he told her, he said, look, I'm not here for none of that. He changed his Instagram, his Facebook, and every damn thing. Blocked her on every damn thing. He basically took off his credit cards, off his joint account, man. He just basically, he let the well run dry. She was sitting there screaming, hollering, bamming on his door, talking about you can't do this to her. Bruh, come on. You moved out to stay with another dude. Now you trying to run game? You is sleeping in another man's bed and you talking about you owe me. Nobody owe you shit, bro. See, like I said, people could have the best thing and don't want it. You know, I once met somebody a very long time ago. This was like 30 years ago. And I used to talk to them on the phone, and they used to tell me all the stuff that was wrong with their life. This young lady told me everything. And I tried to give her everything that she never had. And I'm going to explain something to you. It's a reason why she never had it. She didn't deserve it. She didn't understand what it took to get these things or how to appreciate them. Bruh, you know, when you're in relationships with people and they break up, they go horribly wrong, and this person is off with somebody else, that's God doing you a favor, getting you out of that, getting you to a place where you can see, where you can breathe, where you can think. Sometimes we be in so deep as men that we don't think. We just, oh man, you know, I'd never have a reason. I felt like I felt like some sort of low down loser looking in her phone. Motherfucker, give me that damn phone. I'm looking at this motherfucker. I pay this phone bill just like you do. Hand me this damn phone. I'm gonna look right up in here. Dude, I don't give a damn. Bro, if I'm controlling, I'm insecure, that means your ass cheating. Anytime anybody tell you that, that's a wrap, bro. They already doing some shit. If they asking you for an open relationship and you said, I told her no and that was the end of it. No, she's out there doing it already, bro. You knew that was your key, your your sounding bar. You know, she just told you that was it, bro. That was over. It was your turn to run. If your name ain't on that damn lease, get your ass out of there. Take your shit and run. You know, we don't get it. As men, sometimes shit just gotta blow up in our face so hard, man, and they gotta be so bad that we just fall out and we just lose our mind because we don't know how to let shit go. Sometimes, bro, there is no closure. Sometimes there is no happy ending or karma. You don't need that shit. Karma is you living your best life. Trust me, bro, when you leave, when you left, ain't nobody coming in replacing you, bro. Think about it. You in here buying diamonds, chains, and diamond rings, gold bracelets, and shit like that, buying them clothes and shoes, you know, because you with them and they living with you. But once they get out there in that real world, bro, it's like you are in a closed ecosystem with this relationship. You've been in it so long, you think this shit is normal. But before me, shit was bad as hell. But see, you've been in this for so long. You've been in this for 10 years, and it's so damn, you know, good. And you're not arguing or screaming or cussing or throwing, you know, no, because, you know, you're supposed to show passion and we supposed to be arguing. What the fuck we arguing for? If I could clearly understand what you're saying, we don't need to do all that. Hey, I don't like the way you talk to me because this, and this. Oh, okay. You see how simple that is? That's grown people talking. Grown-ass man talking to a grown-ass woman. But see, a lot of people don't understand that. People want you to pull it out of them. They want you, you know, to look deep, you know, and they do all this. And, you know, like I said, you talk to people, you clear shit up real quick. You don't talk to people, you gonna understand how bad shit can get real quick, bro. I look at it. And every relationship that I personally been in, I outgrew them. I outgrew those people because those people didn't want shit. Bro, I look at it just like this. I looked at the apartments people wanted to get in and, you know, how, you know, they were okay with just having just enough. I'm like, that ain't my nature, bro. You know, my thing is, I'm not somebody that needs everything, but I'm a person that needs more than just enough to live. You know, somebody's ideal is to make, you know, I said back in the 90s, I remember a guy was telling me, oh man, I'm gonna retire from this job. I think he was making $200 a week at UPS. You know, and you think about it now, $200 a week, that's $800 fucking dollars a month. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this is what you retiring from? You know, this is what, you know, that ain't no money. Maybe, you know, it was some money based on what he was living at. This is the thing that people don't understand, man. And this is what I talk about here. You got to comprehend. You got to think. You know, is this person that you leaving this person for better? You know, you got to be able to talk to the person that you with. You got to be able to sit down and have conversations. You got to be a part of those important moments in their life. You know, it's supposed to be whereas you working with them and they working with you, not just you working with them and they don't give a shit about you, bro. See, that's the thing. You could get with a woman whereas you pay her car note and she driving another motherfucker around. He using the car. Oh no, I gotta hurry up because I gotta go get my boyfriend. You know, the guy she cheating on you with. You be sitting there looking at this like you find out. You be like, this motherfucker crazy as hell. You be like, I'm out. You know, shit. I guess he gonna pay the note. You know, bro. Look, I look at it this way. People do not understand. This young lady told me a guy was paying her rent for her. You know, she wasn't stealing no money from him. He was paying the rent. And he wasn't on the lease, though. You know, one day she pulled a move and put him out. Told him she don't want him there no more and all of that. She's moving her new guy in and that's it. I guess this motherfucker thought he had paid the rent for the following month. He didn't. And, you know, the landlord called him and was like, hey, man, look, I'm going to need that rent money because it's a little late. He said, hey, just to let you know I'm not on that lease, right? And the dude understood what he said as soon as he said that. He said, you know I'm not on that lease, right? Because this was the guy he was in contact with, and this was the guy paying the rent. I guess he basically said it just like that, and he caught it real quick, like, oh, shit. You know, uh-oh. Man, he was like, man, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. He said, man, look, after we get off this phone, I'm going to block your number. I have nothing to do with that situation no more. Please don't ever try to contact me no more. Real talk. Dude, do you know that chick was trying to blow this motherfucker phone up? Kind of fat out loud. You didn't pay the rent. He said, I don't live there. He said, you moved another dude up in there. And you sitting here trying to tell me to pay the rent. How that guy pay the rent? He ain't got no job. So you moving a guy in with no job, no way to actually pay for anything, and you think that's okay. This is what I talk about, man. These people are delusional. Dude, I think women are delusional. You want a man that does everything, but you do nothing. Young lady once said, I want a man that washes the clothes, cooks the food, works the job, take care of the kids, takes me on a vacation once a month, and I just sit home and do nothing. I was like, what in the fuck? I said, what is your purpose? She said, what you mean? You know, he's going to do all that. And I said, you still got to understand, in a relationship, you got to have a purpose. If you have no purpose, bruh, he just sponsoring somebody. He got a big old dependent. Dude, you got to have a purpose in these relationships. People go in there thinking they're the best thing since sliced bread. You not. People ain't got time for that shit no more. The economy is worth... Man, look. We all fucked up right now. And people playing and thinking it's a joke. And it's not. This is real life here, man. We're dealing with issues that we haven't seen before. It's unprecedented out here. People want guys that make six figures, and you know that's like 1%. Hell, shit. I don't even know if that's 1%. It's a certain percentage of men that make six figures. And, you know, it's just real. And I think people don't get that. I think women's mind done got so messed up now that they thinking they supposed to get at least a man making six figures. He supposed to take care of you and your 6 kids. You know, he got to have a side hustle. He got to have a house already, working on a second one. And he got to take care of you and your kids. Motherfucker, get out of here. You got baby daddies. Let them take care of them damn kids, bro. See, this is what's happening, man. Nobody want that. That don't even sound good or appealing to anybody. On the first date, this guy told me, he said he asked this young lady out on a date, and she said, look, you know, instead of, you know, he's like, man, could we link up and, go out. He said, I want to take you out. And she said, well, I really don't have no time. And, so later on, she was telling him, like, you didn't even offer to get my hair or nails done, because if you wanted to spend some time with me while I was doing this, you could have offered to do that. He said, I'm not buying a hooker, am I? And she was like, what you mean? He said, I don't know you. He said, why am I getting anything done? I'm trying to get to know you. I'm not trying to buy you. And see, she got offended. I'm like, why would she get offended? You were basically pimping yourself out. And he called you out on it. Dude, nobody want to sponsor any damn body right now. Dude, you want to find a connection out here. Too many people out here trying to get paid. Dude, I was watching this one video. It's a TikTok. Guy pulled up on a first date in a Lamborghini Urus. He took the lady out on a date and he was dropping off at home, and she was like, man, I got to get paid. I got to get paid. I need money. You need to run it. And he was like, what are you talking about? You need money. You need to run it. I can't just be dating you and not getting nothing out of it. He said, what the hell am I getting out of it? She was like, my time. He said, well, other people getting it for free. Why do I got to pay for it? I guess that shit didn't go through a man that he would even ask that question, bro. Like I told you, a woman would have one guy pay for it, and she have one guy she get into for free. Bro, please. You got to make this shit make sense. And you wonder why a lot of guys are basically stepping away from dating or marriage. In 2025, being married don't mean too much for a guy right now. You basically get butt fucked. Serious, you do. Sometimes you find people that you connect with, and if you do, you stay with them. I give you a perfect example. My first marriage, bruh, there was so many damn red flags. It looked like Chinese New Year. Relationship before that, relationship after that, it was Chinese New Year. But man, it was just like when you young and dumb and you thinking about other stuff. You ain't worried about none of that. Until later on you start worrying and you start seeing the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, man, sometimes it's not worth it. Dude, if only connection you have with a person is sex wear out real quick, bro. Gotta have it where y'all don't have sex. Y'all ain't got shit else in common now. But if y'all got more shit in common, y'all not have sex for a while and still be, back at it. But like I said, shit has seasons, bro. You gotta go through shit. In order for shit to turn out right, bro, you gotta go through that storm. You gotta weather it. A lot of people, they get to part of it and be like, well, I'm gonna just say the rest of this for later, man. I'm gonna do this later. No, there's no later in life, man. Either you do it now or that's what the hell it is, bro. It is what it is. Too many people out here say they want to go live their best life, not knowing that they living their best life. You got the best job, you got the best home situation, you got the best money situation. Motherfucker, you been with somebody for 10 years and ain't worked not one day in your life. Why you been with that person? And you talking about you looking for your best life. Bro, come on. I'm trying to figure out where you going with. You got your hair and your nails done, and you got new outfits on, and you sitting here talking about you going to live your best life. I'm sitting there scratching my head. I'm like, shit, I think you don't realize it may not could get better than that. That's the best for you. And I think a lot of people don't understand. I think a lot of people out here thinking better means what you see on Instagram, people going to all these exotic places living, and, I love the dream. They out there, and Jet 2 holidays and stuff. Bro, I'm going to tell you, it's very rare that you see a lot of people doing a lot of different things. It takes money to do all this. And sometimes you just don't have it. Man, look, you got to make it make sense, man. I'm going to live my best life. You know what? I just want to be happy. Living your best life, man, and you not happy? Man, look, I just want to be happy. Because, see, being happy, dude, I see so many people cheating on people, man, and I got to ask. I'm like, why you with them if you going to cheat on them? You got a whole nother side dude. You got a whole nother damn relationship you living. You pregnant by the side dude. and you in a relationship with this guy. You ain't even married to him. You just in a relationship. Dude, I told you that story about the guy. He ain't even slept with the chick, and she said she was pregnant. He looked at her and said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Look, well, I'm gonna go ahead and bow out of this right now. I'm gonna go and leave you to your boyfriend, and or baby daddy or whatever it is you call it." And she like, "What you mean? This your baby?" He said, "We ain't even had sex." He said, "Only took you on one date." He said, "We never even left and went anywhere after that." He said, "We met at the place, and he said we left from the place separately." Do you get that? How the hell is he the daddy? See? See, people do shit out here and don't think. And this is what I'm talking about. They be so quick to blame a man for a baby. Man, put the baby on this guy. It's his baby. He know it's his baby. You be like, you know that ain't his baby, right? Don't look nothing like him. Bruh, people will swear up and down something is yours, and you know damn well it's not. Fam, I want you to look at this, make it make sense. Bruh, these people out here delusional. Man, I seen a woman outside talking about why guys keep looking at her like that. You out here in some tight-fitting clothes that do not hide shit respectively. You are hanging out everywhere, and you sitting here looking at it, trying to blame people for looking at you. You did this for people to look at you. Now you trying to say you don't want people looking at you. You know damn well you want people to look at you. You want attention. That's why you did it. Dude, I don't give a damn how you slice it or how you take it. Do not settle for anybody. Don't feel sorry for people. I listened to her story and I felt sorry for her. And, and I just thought about it. I could give her everything that she ever... I did that shit a couple of times in my life. And found out that was the worst damn thing you could ever do. When you doing this, you got to get out here and understand why you in it. If you are in it for yourself to be happy, then that's the good thing. But if you are in it to make somebody else happy, bro, fuck that. You're going to be miserable in that relationship. You need to run fast. A lot of people say I get too much advice to people and I shouldn't be giving people advice. I'm going to give you advice because somebody should have. See, people are scared to tell you to run because they hate to be the person that told you to leave. Brother, if I can tell you not to fuck with this chick before you do it, like I told my son many, many moons ago when he was messing with a different chick, I said, don't mess with her. Leave her alone. I said, just break up with her, man. Man, look, this is my relationship. I said, man, I get it. Girl, trouble, bro. I said, that's nothing but trouble. And I said, that trouble gonna follow you for the rest of your life. I said, I said, all right. Dude, shit got so bad with that chick, man. Man, this and this and man, and this ain't working out. I said, man, go ahead. You go talk to somebody else about it. They'll help you out. I'm trying to talk to you. You act like you ain't listening. I said, you wasn't listening when I was talking to you about it. I tried to stop you from even doing it. Bro, look, I'm going to tell you just like I tell any damn body out here. This is not about my kids or anything like that. I'm going to be honest with you. If you always wanted to date somebody when you was younger, you was in high school or college, and, it never came around to be, but now all of a sudden, or you tried to talk to this person back then. They didn't have no kids whatsoever. Now that, they were out there living their life, they were carefree, you was trying to touch bases with her. She wasn't even trying to hear shit you was saying at all. Even though you had a little jobby job, it wasn't a job or the money she was thinking about. Now all of a sudden, she got kids, she got problems, she got drama and trauma, and now all of a sudden she wants you to come save her. Hell no. Bro, that ain't nothing for you. You didn't cause this situation. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. It ain't your job to fix it. You gotta let her fix it herself. Now, people do come along and help you fix your issues, but you gotta help fix them your damn self. You can't have somebody else in there, oh no, I'm not gonna be the only one trying to fix this shit. No, fix what? These are your problems. My kid needs some shoes. Buy him some shoes then. What do I got you for? I said, shit, you ain't got me. That's their daddy's business. You know, shit. You ain't gonna get me in there being no damn stepdaddy, bro. I'm gonna tell you. It's like being a crash test dummy. I'm serious, man. That job is not glorious, man. Guy told me, man, you gotta throw your pride out the window. You gotta understand that she been doing this by herself for the longest, and you gotta humble yourself and get in where you can fit it. I'm like, wait, but you paying for every damn thing, and you don't have no say so when she meet up with her baby daddy or talk to baby daddy. Motherfucker, you need to put your damn foot down. You paying for everything, and this chick telling you how it's gonna go. Fuck that. You moved into my house, and you ain't bringing nothing. Come on, man. Ass don't cut it, bro. I'm too old for that. I'm a whole grown ass man. You gotta come closer, or with something better than that. Cause that shit don't last, bro. You bring it in, you thinking that's what you gonna get every damn night. You ain't gonna get that every night. She don't be withholding and, oh, I'm on my period and this and that. I don't feel it. Work was bad today. I'm not in the mood. You be like, motherfucker, you ain't even got a job. What's bad? Shit, I'm having a bad day. You should be trying to make me feel better. You should be running me bath water. Shit. Make sure that I come home to this shit. See, that's what people don't understand. Guys nowadays know they worth. They looking at it like this. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the best. A girl told me, and I gotta say this. I want to make sure I say this to y'all. I gotta say it. She said, "Why did he pick her instead of me?" She was asking me, why did the guy pick the other chick instead of her? And I said, "Are you really asking the question? And do you really want the answer?" I said, "You got kids. You don't got a job. You have no place with your name on it as residence. Don't have no car. Got trauma, drama." I said, "Your baby daddy or daddies ain't doing anything." I said, "This chick got a job, got her own car. Hell, shit. She got a good ass job, got a car, her own place, able to take him out time to time to make him feel good." I said, "Which one would you pick? She ain't got no damn kids. He ain't got no kids. Which one you think he on jail with?" I'm on jail with the best possible match. Why would you go to the worst possible match? Don't make no damn sense. It's 4 billion women out here. Why would you pick one that's not even up to par? I'm just being honest. There's somebody out there for everybody, but that ain't your somebody. It ain't your everybody, bro. So you don't have to worry about that chick. Let somebody else worry about it. Let somebody else fix it. Let the person who broke her fix it. Because the minute you walk your happy ass in there trying to fix her, she's gonna get fixed and she's gonna break you. Bro, as soon as you pick her up, dust her off, get her where she needs to be, she's gonna break you. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Then fly off and go to the next one. Say, for instance, she had 2 kids when she met you. When she break up with you, don't have a 3rd kid by this other guy, he gonna fuck over, then she don't try to double back to you. Just the way it works, bro. I can't make this shit up. I done seen it so many times with so many people in relationships that it just messes me up. I'm like, what was you thinking? Man, that's why I say living your best life. You don't even know you living your best life. You at a job where you don't work. You living in a house where you don't pay no bills. You don't even pay your car note. You don't pay for your kids' stuff. You don't pay for food. But you saying you going somewhere to live your best life. Newsflash, that is your best life. You not even a part of that damn life. You get it? But yet instead, you the boss babe, the independent chick, but you not contributing to shit. You are independently broke and bringing down somebody else's shit. I'm just being honest, man. I'm calling it out. You gotta call a spade a spade. Some of these women out here are delusional as fuck. They out here thinking they deserve every damn thing under the sun, and they ain't bringing shit to the damn table. Don't bring a chair. Don't bring a table. Motherfucker, I bring the whole damn foundation. The whole damn house. I bring it all. And people like, I shouldn't have to bring anything. I should just be able to bring my damn self. If I'm the only person that gotta bring some shit, then I'm picking the best motherfucker. I'm not gonna pick the worst motherfucker. Chick was like, a long time ago when I was young, when I was in high school, this chick was like, well, I'm gonna be your girlfriend. I said, it don't work like that. I'm sorry. She wasn't ugly or anything, but I'm like, it don't work like that. You can't push me into a relationship. Fuck, I'm not like that. You can't do me like that. I'm like, shit, you gotta be able to bring something to the table. Bro, you ain't bringing nothing. Look, been in relationships, man, where people want all this shit for birthdays, Valentine's Day, Sweetest Day, Christmas, and every damn Thanksgiving. They want all these gifts, right? You get them all these gifts for all these holidays, right? You get shit for your birthday. You don't get nothing for Valentine's Day. You don't get nothing for Sweetest Day. You don't get nothing for Christmas. And they're looking at you like, why are you leaving this relationship? It ain't nothing in this for me. I'm in this by my damn self. I'm a sponsor. I'm sponsoring you. Now I'm tired of sponsoring you. Let somebody else do that nonsense. As men, we got to make sure we understand, man. I do these self-help videos all the damn time, and I think a lot of people are catching them. That, you don't have to put up with shit. You just don't have to, man. But to later, fam, peace out.